Panini Senior Bowl presents fifth quarter. Here's Simone Eli and Gerhard Mathangani.
Well, region play is here, and if you think it's too early to matter, you're probably not wrong. They don't bring the helicopters out at Saraland for any which game. You know it's got to be a big one there for the Spartans. We have some huge region battles in week 3 of the high school football season. Welcome in, everybody. Simone Eli, Gerhard Mathangani joining you for fifth quarter, once again brought to you by the Panini Senior Bowl. And gee, boy, did it not take long in this season to have some drama already.
And no doubt about it. And I think one of the biggest things is right now, all these region games are very important as it relates to seeding. Look to just last year for that. Class 7A Region 1 is where we find our game of the week. Number 6, MGM at Daphne. Trojans head coach Kenny King facing his former offensive coordinator, Zach Golson, with the Vikings. The highlights, Simone, of this one started early. First drive of the game, MGM's Jakenyon Allen. Touchdown right off the jump, 7-0. MGM grabs the early lead in this one. However, Daphne would respond. Quarterback Christian Seeger hits LeBraylon Williams. Nice gain here, and watch, he takes a big hit on the sidelines. Was able to stay in this game in this one, and will also make a big play in this one as well. They later punch it in with Cameron Smith, 14-6 MGM. Very next possession, it is forced to punt here, or this is another big touchdown. This is the one from Cameron Smith for MGM. So now it's 14-6. Daphne forced to punt later on, blocked by the Vikings here, and Jordan Moss would recover it in the end zone for the touchdown, a 21-6 lead for the Vikings. However, Daphne, they just keep fighting back. They've been doing so all season. Seeger finds CJ Gardner for the touchdown. It is 21-13 MGM. A little bit later on, Daphne not going away. LeBraylon Williams, I said he took that big hit earlier. Well, he gets a big touchdown on this play, 21-20. This one is back and forth. The ensuing kickoff will be returned by Jakenyon Allen, who had a touchdown in the first quarter. This one was a track meet all the way. Right now, MGM and Daphne. This game has gone final as fourth quarter. It is 34-31 right now, late in this one. Drama once again. All right,
we'll have the highlights or the latest score here in just a minute. Let's head over to West Mobile, staying in Class 7A Region 1. Baker hosting Davidson tonight. Speedy Wheeler has already made an appearance on fifth quarter. He's going to again. Into the end zone he goes as it's 14-0 already. The home team is rolling. And a little bit later, it's going to be the Hornets again, once against Davidson. Here they are, the offense going to Jamie and Pryor this time, and in for another touchdown. It is 21-0. Then later, check out this play. A dump ball down to Speedy Wheeler. This is where he gets his nickname, y'all. Bust through the defense, a house call by Speedy Wheeler. In to pay dirt. It's Baker all night. They get the shutout victory over Davidson, 42-0.
Let's stay in Class 7A Region 1 action. Fairhope hosting Alma Bryant. It is youth football night for the Pirates, Simone. Fairhope opening things up early on. Pirates calling a run play for Miller Blakely. He shows off the ball protection early, runs down the sideline, gets into the end zone. Do you know who's the most excited about this one, Simone? How about the future Pirates? It's youth football day, and they're all loving it over there. Early 7-0 lead for Fairhope. And exactly what the kids want to see. They want to see another touchdown. This time it is Mason May going into the end zone, inside the 10-yard line, putting the Pirates up 14-0. Alma Bryant looking for some momentum here, but a great job by Fairhope's defense. Oakley Newsom with the strip. Gus Faulkner scoops up the ball for the touchdown. 21-0 early on. 31-0 the final in this one. Pirates win.
All right, let's head over to Theodore now. Bobcats hosting McGill. Both teams looking to improve to 2-0 in Class 6A Region 1 play tonight. Opening game kickoff is going to feature our Week 2 Zaxby's Player of the Week, Jaden J.J. Bush on the return here. Busts through the Yellow Jackets to give the Bobcats great field position. How about the very next play? Check out the great read by Bobcats quarterback Krishan Overton. Keeps it himself, 47 yards to the hizzy, and Theodore strikes first and fast. It's 7-0. Then the Yellow Jackets on offense. Handoff going to get blown up here by Braylon Eli. That would lead to a Bobcats field goal. It's 10-0. But McGill settles in defensively. Overton looking to connect, but the pass is picked off by Micah Johnson. He says, I'll take that all the way to the house, I will. Pick 6 there. It's 10 all at the break. This one always has a big impact on the playoffs, as we know. Theodore gets the victory as they improve to 2-0 in region play, 27-10 over the
Bobcats are really hot right now. Let's stay in Class 6A Region 1. Third-ranked Saraland hosting Gulf Shores. The Spartans open up with the football. You know, our photographer, Mason Terrell, doesn't get faked out very often, but he does over here by Deshaun Spencer.
He's getting that, Deshaun.
The Duke commit gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point, no good. Early 6-0 lead for the Spartans. Looking to add to their lead a little bit later on in the first. However, ball comes loose, and it's Adam Duncan jumps on the football, and the Dolphins in business. Judd Harris finds Darian Kirksey for the touchdown, hops over a Spartan defender. 9-7 Saraland. More from the Saraland Spartans. Big play here to Spencer. He is a big play machine. Then they dump it off to Antonio P.J. Brown. He takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. Saraland wins it 43-14.
Spartans rolling for sure. Over to Lyle Underwood Stadium we go. Baldwin County welcoming in their not-so-friendly neighbors. Spanish Fort. Toro's going to open things up on offense here. Aiden Schamberger finds Damian Tate down the left side. Tate going to muscle his way for a few extra yards. Not quite in for 6. No problem, though, says Jalen Thibodeau. In the gun and into the end zone he goes. 7-0 Fort. Fans making gains. And we've seen that several times now already. And listen, you know what? Have at it, guys. I love it. All right, later, Toros on their own side this time. Aiden Schamberger, look out. The South Alabama commit blazes past the defense. Nobody's going to touch him. Fort gets the big victory over Baldwin County, 42-7.
Next up, Blunt taking on Murphy at Ladd. Watch the right side of your screen here. This is going to be a great backflip from David Elias Kennedy. Beautiful stuff there. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Open up some nice defense here by the Panthers. Caleb Thomas able to get the ball carrier in the backfield for a loss. The Panther coaching staff loving the defensive effort so far. Later in the first, Murphy looking to punt, and it will be returned by Naheem Thomas. And watch the speedster down the sideline with the nice return. Sets up the Leopards in great field position. Very next play, they go to Jaden Jones Mills. Pass right in the breadbasket as Blunt takes the early lead, and they win it. 32-0. Coach Nelson and company get the victory.
All right, let's head to Class 5A now. Top-ranked Viger bringing in LaFleur. Really interesting coaching dynamic here. His former LaFleur head coach, Ronaldo Jackson, now the head coach over at Viger, and Michael Perry, who is Viger's defensive coordinator. Well, he's over there coaching the Rattlers. So, a little bit of switcheroo in the offseason, and here we go. Let's play ball. Viger going to get on the board first. Demetrius Johnson on the carry. Into the end zone he goes. Extra point, no good. 6-0 Wolfpack early in this one. Later in the first, Viger quarterback Sammy Dunn gonna drop a dime as he often does. Beautiful pitch and catch. Dylan Jackson there does the rest of the work. 62 yards to pay dirt. Viger gets the 2-point conversion. They make up for that one earlier. It's 14-0, and Viger going to get the win in this game. Let's take a look at the final score as Sammy Dunn goes into the end zone. 50-0. Viger over LaFleur.
Big one there, and staying in Class 5A Region 1, BC Rain and UMS right in this one. Bulldogs receive the opening kickoff. Coach Sam Williams picked up his first win of the year just last week, and he gets a big play from David Lott here on the opening kickoff of this one. Gets all the way inside the 10-yard line for BC on the BC Rain side. Bulldogs loving that early start. Max Fowler with the QB read here gets the Bulldogs on the board. First, an early 7-0 lead for UMS right. The faithful out there loving the start here early on. Staying with the Bulldogs, Fowler again, this time finds Thomas Portakai wide open in the middle of the field. Fights his way across the end zone into the end zone for the touchdown. Early 14-0 lead. However, BC Rain looking for an answer. However, the Bulldogs, they pick it off. Perry Hand, he's been a defensive player his entire career. Huge one. Pick 6. UMS right wins 39-20.
Big win for UMS. All right, coming up next, guys, plenty more to come on fifth quarter. We're going to head to Jackson, St. Michael, Satsuma, Orange Beach. Plenty of highlights. That's after the break. We'll be right back.
Now, Fan Cam, brought to you by Greer's.
Greer's Fan Cam tonight. A great crowd over at Baker as the Hornets get the big win in region play over Davidson. Welcome back into fifth quarter. Don't worry, Alberta Williamson, I forgot about you in the last block. Let's check out the Thursday night action, guys, in Class 5A. Williamson, their brand new stadium, welcoming Alberta in. Warriors with the ball and looking deep on the sideline, but as Jermaine McCree says, not so fast, also stays in bounds on the interception. Later, Lions quarterback Alvin Dinkins gonna send a dart to John Austin across the middle, and Williamson will get the huge win in this game. Let's take a look at the final. It's a Thursday night game from 5A. It's 64-9 the final. They get the victory over Alberta. Let's go over to Jackson now. Escambia County taking on the top-ranked Aggies in Class 4A, and Alabama commit E.J. Crowell gearing up for his second game of the season, and that's where we'll begin with tonight's highlights from the Jackson Aggies. Crowell to the right side, makes a guy miss as he often does, puts the Aggies inside the 10. Staying with Jackson now, Landon Duckworth going to look left all the way. He finds DeCoris Jackson in the end zone for the touchdown. Back to E.J. Crowell. This time it's a run right up the middle, muscles his way across the goal line, and Jackson is going to get the victory tonight as they stay number one in the state, 32-10 over Escambia County.
From the number 1 team to the number 2 team, St. Michael taking on W.S. Neal Class 4A Region 1 action, and all the playmakers all made plays today, Simone. Gunnar Rivers to Brody Jones, and the South Alabama commit gets his way into the end zone for the early touchdown, 7-0. However, W.S. Neal does get into the end zone here. A big touchdown here to tie it up. However, later on, Rivers will find Tucker Tomlinson. This one was all St. Michael. They go on to win it big, 43-29, the final score.
All right, let's head to Satsuma now, welcoming in the Leopards from Mobile Christian. Early on, Andrew Sullivan under pressure from the Leopards heaves it towards the end zone, and it's picked off by Samaj Law. Watch this. Can he go all the way? He's still on his feet. Tom Riley taken down. A little bit later, though, it's Landon Stewart going to connect with Aiden Gaston. Wide open to make it 42-0. Mobile Christian rolls into this game 42-6, the final in that one over Satsuma.
Non-region action down at Orange. Beach Makos hosting Bayside Academy. Bayside Academy early on in this one making some big plays. William Lyons across the middle gets into the end zone for the touchdown. How about Coach Barrett Trotter and company winning it big, 35-6.
All right, let's head to Hillcrest Evergreen now, welcoming in Cottage Hill in this game. And guys, this one went down to the wire. A very tough battle led by this guy, Shadarius Tootle, the Georgia defensive commit, running over folks and eventually going to be brought down. A back and forth battle that would go down to the wire, and Cottage Hill making a stop on the final play to get the big victory, Gerhard, over Hillcrest 17-13.
And now, Play of the Week, brought to you by 22nd State Bank.
Well, it's that time again. Once again, our candidates for Play of the Week. We pick the plays, you pick the winner. Let's check out the 3 options. Play number 1 from Baker, Speedy Wheeler. He lives up to his name once again. Runs away from the defense here for the long touchdown. Speedy Wheeler and company rolling so far. Number 2, the McGill-Tulane defense coming up big. How about Micah Johnson? Great read on the pass here. He's headed the other way. It is a pick 6, a defensive play. That's play number 2. Our final nominee, play number 3, Aiden Schamberger, the quarterback from Spanish Fort, running right through the Baldwin County defense, untouched for the Toros. Those 3 big plays are the nominees. Head over to WKRG.com to cast your vote for Play of the Week. Poll opens right after the show. We will announce the winner on Monday night, and the 5th quarter returns with more scores and highlights next. And huge shout out to the ladies over at Viger celebrating tonight. All smiles, Simone, after another big win in region over the floor.
Yep, top-ranked Wolfpack, and we just got an update. MGM beats Daphne in the big 7A Region 1 game, 41-31 there. Let's take a look at some other scores really quick. Also in 7A, as Foley beats Robertsdale 27-7. Citronelle is going to get a big victory tonight over Faith, 28-16, and TR Miller gets a win 35-8 over Monroe County. G.
Huge games all over region play. We'll have a lot more tonight.
Yeah, we definitely will. Head over to our Facebook page. Fifth quarter extra begins in just about 30 minutes. We'll see you there, guys. For Gerhard, I'm Simone. See you next week.